Hi, I'm David Witter, founder and CEO of Financial Harvest Wealth Advisors. One of the most common questions that we get is, how much money do I need to retire? And I have 5 steps that you can go through, but before I dive into those, I wanted to start with 2 precursors. First is, if you've never sat down and worked through the calculation or the math to see how much money you need to retire, there might be some sticker shock. I know there was for Katie and me when we first did it. It's okay. Stay centered. Having known the number or knowing the number and working toward that is it's going to have a much better outcome versus not knowing it at all. The second thing that I would share is, even though I'm here on the video in front of you going through these steps, that doesn't mean that Katie and I have hit our number yet. We're right there on the front lines with you, aggressively saving toward retirement so that we have enough money to be able to retire. So let's go into the 5 steps. First is, you got to know what you're spending today, because if you have a lifestyle that you're used to, you probably want to keep that same lifestyle when you retire. In fact, we find a lot of our clients, when they retire, they actually spend a little bit more money because instead of having a 2-day weekend, they have a 7-day weekend. So first thing is, start with how much you're spending today to live the way that you do. The second step is, depending on how long you have to retirement, you need to inflate out that money that you need to live on, right? So if today you're spending, I don't know, $100,000 to live the way that you do, in 15 years, you'll need closer to $150,000 to be able to live the same way that you do today. So you just need more money coming in because things cost more. Property tax, health insurance, food, vacations, it all costs a little bit more. So that's the second step, is figuring out how many years till you retire and then inflating that out to how much you'll need then when you actually do retire. Step number 3 is, you're actually going to be spending $150,000 in our example. But remember, when you're in retirement, Social Security, pensions, and then withdrawals from your 401k or retirement accounts, they typically are taxable income. That means we need to gross up the number, that $150 that you're going to spend, to account for our taxes. So just to make it easy, let's say you think, okay, well, maybe at a 25% tax rate, then I'll need $200,000 of pre-tax income in retirement to generate my $150 that I need, so that I can have the same lifestyle that I'm utilizing $100,000 today. So now when we have that pre-tax number of 200, step number 4 is, hopefully you'll get some help from a pension or from Social Security. So let's say that you look at those benefits and you say, okay, I think I can safely anticipate that I'm going to get $50,000, let's say, from Social Security or a pension. Then you need 200, subtract the 50 from the 200. That means you need $150,000 pre-tax from your savings and investments. And the last step number 5, is, once you know the need, the annual income need from your retirement savings, in our example it's $150,000, well, the safe withdrawal rate out of your savings and investments is a 4% safe withdrawal rate. I can talk you through why that's the case, but working off of that 4% number, if we need 150, then it's the same as doing the inverse of 4%, or multiplying by 25. So once we know how much we need to take out from our savings and investments, we can work with a safe withdrawal rate of 4%. Now, there's a great explanation behind why 4% that I can discuss with you. But if we need that $150,000 of pre-tax income to go along with our Social Security or pension of 50, that $150,000, if the safe withdrawal rate is 4%, that means our savings and investment bucket for retirement needs to be $3.75 million. You might be thinking, gosh, that's a big number. But remember, if you're 15 years away from retirement, you're going to get growth from your existing savings and investments, and hopefully you're contributing right along the way. So those are the 5 steps to figure out, all right, how much money will I need to be able to retire? And in our example, we stepped it through and we came to $3.75 million. If you need any help calculating it for yourself, we're happy to step you through it. And I'm David Witter, founder and CEO of Financial Harvest Wealth Advisors.